wide base, and it's just part of a warm-up, guys. We all have different entries to false sweeps. This is not an entry I would use, but it's just a warm-up to get our backs moving, our legs, and for some of the guys, is there any white belts in here? So just for you guys to get a base understanding of the control of false sweep setup while we're on opponents are standing, then we'll utilise setups for combat base and then some defensive counters that so all I'm going to do is start underneath Tilly's hips. Ideally with my hips parallel to his underneath. I'm going to bring my legs out. I'm going to bring my hip to the outside. From this point, I like to call this control a reverse anchor point. I'm not going to stay square on my hips, I'm going to turn off on my right side. From this position, my anchor point is going to give me the leverage to attack the opposite leg and control and hang off here, like a monkey on a rope. I know Carl's a rope access tech, Carl's a rope access technician, so this is our anchor point, mate. This is the first point of contact. My secondary point of contact will be the false sweep on the left. Alright, so enter on the outside, left foot, hook under Tilly's ass. Tilly's got a nice fat ass, so I can get good control for here. I'm going to use my free leg to control at the outside of the hip and pinch my knee in tight to call it a wedge. So this right arm was my anchor point to start, but if I've got good control, I should be able to take my limbs off and stay in the position I want to be in. I'm on my shoulder and the back of my head, not on the side of my head. I want to be able to tuck my head inside, depending on what reaction he gives me. So just as a warm up, we're just going to work for 30-40 seconds or a minute just to get the leg guys up to speed. We're just going to start 1, 2, 1, 2, and again. Control, and then if we can start speeding up as we go. And then after a minute or so, I'll ask all you guys to swap your partner and we'll make sure we can get each other up to speed and then we can start adding some mechanics for there. Everybody happy with that? Any questions? Let's go guys, find your partner. You're not trying to outsmart your opponent, you make a move to make your partner or opponent make a certain move and you counter. Right? That is Jitsu. So I'll call it, the analogy I'll use is going one fishing, go fishing, right? And we use that in various different positions through systems we work. So if you imagine you cast it with a bait, that's me going for a setup, my false sweep for example, and him nibbling away at that hook is his counters, his defence mechanisms to what I'm setting up. In reality, I'm only 2 or 3 steps ahead. I'm waiting for him to make one of the common counters and then I'll counter him from his defence, if that makes sense, right? So we're going fishing. As soon as he's on the hook, yep, that's when we're starting to look for the submission. Right? That's when he's on his ass, we're chasing the heel. Okay, so we're going to focus on casting tonight, right? We don't need the sub yet, or tonight, but we're getting the mechanics set up. So again, this is just a warm-up, so bear in mind that what we've just done there is a warm-up. If false sweep is new to you guys, I taught you it completely fucking irresponsibly, or I was irresponsible and have I taught you it. The first things first, if I come squaring the hips on the outside, I go anchor point, Tilly is going to bullseye me straight away. Okay, I've gave him a simple knee in the belly. Now if it's IBGF, I'll give him 2 points. Alright, I'll give him a free 2 points. Fuck off. Okay, so from this position and I'm going here and I try to come up and top, he can then strong arm me. Strong arm, he's going to control my hip so I cannot invert to get my false sweep. Or if he's not using strong arm and he's right in the belly and I can come in here, he'll strong arm me off, here, he'll peel and now I can't catch. He's now keeping me away, I cannot invert underneath. Ideally I want to get underneath his hips to offset his hips, to put his ass on the mat. Okay? So, how are we going to set up a false sweep? We have to learn his counters first to then set it up properly. Alright, so if I've been lazy on my false sweep and I've tried to hit it from the outside, 1, 2 until he goes straight to strong arm, okay. Sub only, I've not gave up 2 points, I'm just in a dominant, he's just in a dominant position, it's not the end of the world. I can reset from this position. So what I'm looking to do, shrimp my ass out and re-pummel my leg back through. Okay? From this position, I can now keep him away. And now, I can simply reset it. I've freed off the avenue to go to false sweep. Alright, so, again, Tilly's going to go straight to the knee in the belly. I've got my reverse anchor point, Tilly's went knee in the belly, oh fuck. Okay, I'm going to shrimp out, keep him away from my frame, shrimp my ass back in, re-pummel. Now he tries to strong arm me, with my entry back onto the false sweep setup. And ideally I can then start looking for setups and attack the legs. Okay, we're not putting on his ass yet, we're addressing the strong arm which is his first defence mechanism. He wants to stop me inverting to catch my fall sweep. We're going to use a re-pummel. If you're struggling with the knee in the belly, just put your hips on the mat. Dilly's just going to go straight to strong arm. Stay nice and high just to help some guys who are maybe not as flexible. All I'm going to do, guys, is I've got a control, or I've got a control, I'm shrimping my ass out, bring my leg back inside, re-pummel. That controls that arm. Alright? This is just basic stuff for weight belts, guys. For the other guys who's familiar with the setups, if we've left ourselves exposed on the outside and just pummel down with a strong arm, we're going to shrimp out, frame, re-pummel. He cannot now get his arm back inside because I've got my entry catching the wedge. Ideally on the wedge, guys, I don't want to be lower than the knee, I want to wedge behind his knee so I can offset his base. So like I've got a control here. Got a strong base, I can now reach under or reach under, get that. I want to offset his base with a wedge, the back of my knee behind the knee, forcing the bend. That makes sense? So guys, in simple terms, just in the back knee in the belly, strong arm. Okay, he frames off, pushes my way, he's going to re-pummel. 1, 2, kick it off, and then hit your full sweep setup from here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're standing, we're not combat based, guys. Okay, combat based being here, we're still standing. Everybody understand? Any questions? Let's go. Right, we're going to do that after every time, right? Let's go. You should not expose that side, in the belly, because then you're giving yourself something you have to an extra step you have to deal with to get your setup. Alright, so again, I'm going to pull guard. Okay, if you're in a competition, you're pulling guard, you must touch. Okay? If I come in tight here and I pull, 1, 2, that's fine. However, you must be aware that, if I come in tight, sit and pull. Jordan, you know, so you can tell everybody. What's the mistake I made there? Touch your leg. Touch my leg, so what happens now, what should the ref be? I gave away 2 points off that. Alright? So, when you're initiating pulling guard, for example, beside Jeff, yes, we touch, we're going to stay centre. You just sit, understand that. Tilly, and the comparative nature of sports Jitsu, has to come towards me. Alright? So I can now wait for what option he gives me to problem solve. Okay, if he puts a leg inside, for example, well, now we can start setting, attacking, full sweep setup, now I'm on. Okay? If he stays wide, and I'm here and he starts wide step passing, it's going to be way trickier to set up. He's probably going to come in tight, start using wide step, and then start initiating a strong arm, and so on and so forth. So be aware that before the start of the match, we're going fishing, I'm going to pull guard into a position where I'm going to force him to counter or defend so I can initiate my full sweep. Alright? Personally, I like using outside De La Riva to force him to force in the outside to kill my De La Riva, which gives him my entry. So for example, if I'm pulling guard over here, keep a double wrist control, let him come to me, no go to De La Riva. First line of defence for Tilly is to try and eradicate my De La Riva. He's going to turn his toes and his knees outside, and that kills my position. Okay? From here, because it's killed my outside attack, I can now switch to inside De La Riva with my free leg, reverse anchor point, and I'm straight to the full sweep setup that way. Alright, so again, analogy, I went fishing to make him give me a reaction to give me my setup. I've now not exposed the outside of my body, so we'll lean the belly, I've been safe in my entry. Alright, so I like using double wrist and pull guard. I'm the moment whatever you like. Again, I'm initiating, but I want him reaction to give me. Just give me my game. If I'm pulling guard, best thing different story. Okay? So, we're 1, 2. He's got to come towards me. Foot to the hip to keep him away. Left leg comes outside De La Riva, and hooks under his hamstring. Left hand controls the back of the ankle. And if Tilly tries to come towards me, I can push him away. If he tries to back step, I can hook the back of his leg. Okay, so that's a good control. Tilly knows this. She's going to strip my first form of control being my leg and the outside De La Riva. He turns his knee in the same direction as my knee. Kicks that off. From this position, I've got a free leg. Hits the mat. Inside De La Riva control. You can go inside anchor point or outside anchor point to go straight to goal. So yes, we can buy some time. We can reinforce. We can keep him away. So it starts to come in tight and strong arm. We can keep him away. If he doesn't, he stays high in the standing position. 1, reverse, 2, 3. Now, with that being said, If you're more experienced guys, purple, brown, black, you've got these entries. You know fine well, as soon as you come to this position, this leg comes right, he's got to grab by the side of my foot, put his hand on his knee, on his hamstring, other one, here, to try and force this out, to keep me away. Keep my knee line shallow, does not let me get the false reposition. If he controls the outside of my foot, he does not let me get that in. So, when I transition to my hip to the outside, I'm going to use a half moon around his kneecap. Alright, that keeps my leg tight, best as possible that he can't control. So when I go 1, 2, I'm going to use his knee. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again guys, as I've walked around the class, I've explained the importance of a wedge. The wedge being, this right foot is up his hip on the outside. Everybody see that position here? Go here. Left foot on the opposite side, my thigh, my hamstring, wedges behind his knee. So I'm controlling his base, I've got a good base. If I'm opposite side 1, 2, you just got to push my knee line, fucking strip me. If I'm 1, 2, 3, you start pushing my knee line, I'm strong. Okay, I can now, he starts to push me, start offsetting, again, we've got options again for entries. So, the white bluebirds, the setup being from De La Riva, you can start in De La Riva if you want, or you can pull. So, outside De La Riva, passes on the inside, outside to inside hamstring, outside control. Belly's on the strip, 1, 2. On the switch right foot, my ass is on the outside. 1, 2. Reverse ankle point. Knee, half moon. Knee, knee. From here as I invert, I'm half mooning. Foot comes through, control. And this foot comes from inside to outside. Hip up as high as possible. Catch the knee. That's control one. From here I can then recircle my hand inside if I'm going straight. I can put my ass to heel hook, or I can start using controls by attacking the other leg. If I want, I can come 1, 2, control, and I'm already on the attack. When you're initiating pulling guard, for example, if it's IGF, yes, we touch, we're going to stay centred. You just sit, understand that. Tilly and the comparative nature of sport jiu-jitsu has to come towards me. Alright? So I can now wait for what option he gives me to problem solve. Okay? If he puts a leg inside, for example, well, now we can start setting, attacking, false reach setup. Now I'm not. Okay? If he stays wide, and I'm here and he starts wide step passing, it's going to be way trickier to set up. He's probably going to come in tight, start using wide step and then start initiating a strong arm and so on and so forth. So be aware that before the start of the match, we're going fishing, I'm going to pull guard into a position where I'm going to force him to counter or defend so I can initiate my false read. Alright? Personally, I like using outside De La Riva to force him to force the knee outside to kill my De La Riva, which gives him my entry. So for example, if I'm pulling guard over here, keep a double wrist control, let him come to me, and I'll go to De La Riva. First line of defence for Tilly is to try and eradicate my De La Riva. He's going to turn his toes and his knees outside, and that kills my position. Okay? From here, because it's killed my outside attack, I can now switch to inside De La Riva with my free leg, reverse anchor point, and I'm straight to the false reach setup that way. Alright, so again, the analogy, I went fishing to make him give me a reaction to give me my setup. I've now not exposed the outside of my body, so with me in the belly, I've been safe for my entry. Alright, so I like using double wrist and pull guard. 100 million other ways you like, but again, I'm initiating what I want him, the reaction to give me, which gives me my game. If I'm pulling guard, wrestling different story, okay? So, we're 1, 2, he's got to come towards me. Foot on the hip to keep him away, left leg comes outside De La Riva, and hooks under his hamstring. Left hand controls the back of the ankle. Now if Tilly tries to come towards me, I can push him away. If he tries to back step, I can hook the back of his leg. Okay, so this is a good control. Tilly knows this, she's going to strip my first form of control being my leg on the outside De La Riva. He turns his knee in the same direction as my knee, kicks that off. From this position, I've got a free leg, hits the mat, inside De La Riva control, we can go inside anchor point, but outside anchor point to go straight to false reach. So yes, we can buy some time, we can reinforce, we can keep him away, so it starts to come in tight, with strong arm, we can keep him away. If he doesn't, he stays high in the standing position. 1, verse, 2, 3. Now, with that being said, if you're more experienced guys, purple, brown, black, you've got these entries, you know fine well, as soon as you come to this position, this leg comes right, he's going to grab the side of my foot, he's going to put his hand on his knee, on his hamstring, other one, here, to try and force this out, to keep me away. Keep my knee line shallow, it does not let me get the false sweep position. If he controls the outside of my foot, he does not let me get that in. So, when I transition to my hip to the outside, I'm going to use a half moon around his kneecap. Alright, that keeps my leg tight, best as possible that he can't control. So when I go 1, 2, I'm going to use his knee. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again guys, as I've walked around the class, I've explained the importance of a wedge. The wedge being, this right foot is up his hip on the outside. Everybody see that position here? We're here. Left foot on the opposite side, my thigh, my hamstring, wedges behind his knee. So I'm controlling his base, I've got a good base. If I'm opposite side 1, 2, you just got to push my knee line, fucking strip me. If I'm 1, 2, 3, you start pushing my knee line, I'm strong. Okay, I can now, he starts to push me, start offsetting. Again, we've got options again for entries. So, the white blue belts, the setup being from Della Riva, you can start in Della Riva if you want, or you can pull. So, outside Della Riva, passes on the inside. Outside to inside hamstring, outside control. Belly's on the strip. 1, 2. When the switch right foot, my ass is on the outside. 1, 2. Reverse ankle point. Knee, half moon. Knee, knee. From here as I invert, I'm half mooning. Foot comes through, control. And this foot comes from inside to outside. Hip up as high as possible. Catch the knee. That's control one. From here I can now recircle off my hand inside if I'm going straight to put on his ass to heel hook, or I can start using controls by attacking the other leg. If I want, I can come 1, 2, control, and I'm already on the attack. Okay guys, just bear with me. We'll be 10-15 minutes in if you're struggling with the exile. If I'm standing straight, I'm strong on each side. I start bending one leg, become weaker on the other. In essence, if I'm on deep position here, I'm going to struggle to elevate this hip. I'm going to look to switch and attack the opposite leg because that's the lighter side. Okay? So again, in this position, I'm going to go straight to the false sweep, the inside Della Riva, and half moon control. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to switch from anchor point to inside. I'm going to hook and control. My hand stays in the outside of my thigh, and I'm wedging. From here, I'm going to turn my knees to that direction. I'm going to force a back step from tilly. So as I go 1, 2, switch. Trap, and we're straight on the inside heel. We can force a bend, or if I've got good knee on control, we'll switch off 80-20, tuck, and attack. But in essence, that sneaky trip, you've got ass on the mat, and then that starts a nibble on the hook, and then we're looking to reel them in. That's our mission. Okay? Don't worry about too much about the catching the heel, finishing. If the guys who understand heel hooks, you can crack on, just be safe on the heels obviously. But for everybody else, we want Tilly's big fat ass on the mat, okay? So again, hold this one. Go straight to my half moon. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to switch outside anchor point to inside. 1, 2. Elbow comes in and touch. Now I've got a good, strong control on his single post. I'm going to keep this in position. Basically, this is a fucking fence post in the earth. This is the cement killing him off. He cannot try and move that leg. Walk it, he's pinned. Okay, I've killed this position. From here, I'm going to force a back step. So I'm going to turn my knees, 1, 2, and then catch. I'm on the position. Find up a shallow knee line, kill off 80-20, force that again, force the roll, and I'm on. Or, as soon as I'm in this position, for a more basic setup, you can catch the knee, force the bend, and then I can attack the heel. Any questions? No. Easy enough that time? Okay, so, again guys, I know some of us are struggling initially on the setup. The way I teach is I go technical and break it back down. Okay? We'll go to the most technical aspect, we'll try and reach that goal, and then as we break it down, it should start evening out and your understanding of the position should then apply to your technique and your physical capability to hit that, if that makes sense, yes? So bear with me guys, we're still going to bring it back down, yes? So we just had the ball sweep the half moon again, same setup, 1, 2, wedge it, again, my hands got to come inside, and I'm like, again, cement, the postcrete and water goes round this post in the earth here, put a fence post up, I'll do all and I like to come back out. So I reinforce it, I turn my elbow behind the heel, and I use my hand over thigh, or I can grab one hamstring. You try and pull that leg out, Kelly. I'm glued to this. Even better if he starts moving like that, then I can trip. And I'm initiating again through the cast of the bait. He's giving me a nibble, that's a nibble. That can sweep him, right? He's giving me the action I'm baiting him for. So from here, guys, let's say we've landed shallow knee lines. So I have to finish the hook. As soon as the knee line's free, it's done. Okay? So landed shallow knee lines, I want to capture this whole knee line. So the joints here in the heel hook, you've got knee to ankle, knee to hip. Okay? I want to force one half his leg one way, the other half his leg the opposite way. So if I'm on the shallow side, I've only got one real control from knee to ankle. I want hip. Right? I want it as deep as possible. One, it gives me great control. Two, it's harder for him to defend. So I'm going to turn it into an 80-20 position. So I'm going to fingers, so important that I'm in the 6 o'clock position. Alright, when I teach technicals, stand up in class, it's important to walk out your elbow. If my fingers are at 3 o'clock until I start sitting up to push me out of a bent elbow. Alright? I might walk it off, turn 80-20, try and come towards my telly, I'm strong. Okay, my hips are glued, I'm pushing back with the friction on the mat, so I lock out the elbow. If I'm 3 o'clock till he starts coming towards me, I'm going to force my bend and make then recapture his leg, and it makes it difficult, it's hard for me to finish. So I'm going to 80-20, glued to the hip, 6 o'clock position, I'm going to force my head to the mat. As my head goes to the mat, I'm going to tuck and clamp. When I get to this position, I should already have the bite. So when Tilly rotates, it should be done. Okay, he should be turning himself, the knee into his own submission. Alright, and if it's a more experienced lad, he'll identify that. If his options to defend are done, he'll do a quick tap. Alright, they're not going to rotate into that, he'll rip the knee apart. The important part of that 80-20 is catching the bend, just sit there, catch the bend, this way. Catch the bend in the leg. So if I'm here and I've not went deep enough, right, I've hit 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, alright, that's too shallow. I want my ass to his hip. If I'm too shallow here, look, my thigh is on his calf, it's not above the knee line. So when I try to bend that, it's solid. Okay? I want to go deep, so now my thigh is behind the knee, or at least above the knee. So when I force the bend, it's easy to turn the leg. Alright? If I'm too high or too low on the knee, and I try to bend that leg, it's solid. Okay? So I'm going 80-20 off, turn, bend the leg. Bam, finish that. That makes sense? Everybody happy now? That's the mechanics of the heel. Right, so we'll go the whole sequence, guys, alright? Set it up from De La Riva, half moon to full sweep, knee wedge, trap, control the knee line, 80-20, tuck it inside heel. Are you happy with that? Let's go. When I'm turning, I'm not going to take my elbow away, because if I put my elbow inside, you can kick the leg straight again, and it's hard to catch. So I'll use my elbow, connect, and keep that tucked. So when I rotate, look, then my elbow slips off straight at the heel. So as soon as I rotate, boom, I'm on the heel. Okay? And that gives me the heel. Yes, you should be able to finish single. If not, you just wrist watch it off. Okay? And that keeps the bend in the line, right? So we're not going to drill that, but it's just a problem solving for you. Again, 1, 2, 3. Hide it again as a force. Put the heel where I want it to be, so slip and catch. Okay, so second reason Rob was asking me the controls when I'm in the 80-20 position, or set up all three position, but in straddle, my left foot behind the ass. I like to put my right foot behind the opposite hamstring. You'll hear people talk, or I do anyway, I'll say, he's lazy on the fucking leg. He's lazy on the leg. That's not this leg, it's that leg. You can scoop, push through, start attacking 50-50, go 50-50 bro. No, it's 50-50. That was not leg locking, right? But he's 50-50 and now I've got my leg trapped inside and he's got a free leg to attack. That makes sense? So he's lazy on the leg, fucking attack. Forget your heel, man. The best defense to heel hooks is understanding them. Not how to slap it. I'm understanding the setup. Okay, so I'm already on his wavelength to understand what he's setting up. Don't panic tap, slap the heel, try and counter him first. Make the offense, his offense turn into your offense and your defense. So if he's lazy on that leg, he's going to attack. That's a lazy leg. Okay? If I'm lazy on the leg, he's going to strip, he's pinned, and he hits 50-50, foot locks and so on, outside heel hooks, start turning me, I'm fucked. That's why it's inside, trapped. Okay? So that's a couple of finishing mechanics again, just for the upper hand. Okay? Look guys are in a class, or even one of the better students, everybody looks at you and goes, right, I'm getting him right. He's the boy. He's the one I'm aspiring to be. I want to be as good as him. So you just get 100 mile an hour. You've got a guy who you're trying to work techniques in the live round, and he's fucking spazzing out from 100 mile an hour. I was just saying, I struggle to find a heel training. Put your partner's on 100 mile an hour. So I'm not saying that. Sorry, lads. You might or might not. But what I'm saying is, bro, just slow down a wee bit. I'm going to try and catch the heel this round. We'll work legs, defend it. If I catch it, the deal is I won't finish with it. Because you're letting me slow it down, you're letting me catch it. What you're going to do is defend it. You're going to try and counter, and I'll counter the phase 2 aspect of that. And then your game, your leg game, if you're new to legs, goes up levels. Rather than going, sub only this weekend, I'm fucking shit hot on footlocks. Right? If I defend the footlock, he's done. Right? Because that's all he's drilled, and all he's caught everybody in class for the last 2 years. Right? So, if we're working footlocks, we'll turn it into working saddle, heel hooks, so on and so forth, so that if I defend his first phase, he's got phase 2 and phase 3. And the only way you can do that is when a training partner was willing to go that pace for him, the two you get beneficial to both of you. That makes sense? So, if you are going to go and sit and drill these in lads, especially we like these didn't try and run my heels off, I'm defending. If you're up here, I'll come back at you the same, but we're not learning nothing. The 2 years are not learning. I'm learning enough new bodies tonight. Some guys have never rolled with 20-year-old fucking brown belts and that. Like, sexy boy. Killer, right? I need to learn how he defends my setups. Okay, and vice versa. I mean, we're different from what he's used to. So you've got to take something to every session. If you come in and roll 100 mile an hour every night, your A game will be amazing, and you'll get no B, C, and D game ever. You'll only got one aspect of your game that is bulletproof, and the rest falls to shit. Okay? So you always want to work on new techniques, but the only way you can do that is with a willing partner who's going to drop the pace down and let you work. And I'll basically understand the teammates, dating the teammates. Go to comp, be a gangster, fucking kill them. Simple as. So, just one last wee sequence, guys. Again, we had the kill the Della Riva, we had the strong arm. Now, if he goes combat base, we're going to go cross face. Okay? So, from this, go combat base first, mate. I'm in Della Riva position. I've got my friend, for example, who's through to the side, one or whatever way macro, it doesn't matter. Okay, so he's going cross face, pin my shoulder, he's running half guard, for example, or I'm not letting him go knee cut, half guard position, tight as you can, Tilly. Right, okay. I'm fucking. This is murder for me. I've no frame, I've only got one hand on a hip potentially, but this is nightmare material. So what I like to do from this position is, my only control I've got is my half guard. Okay? This, look inside. From this position, I've got a free leg on the outside. So I've got 1, 2 behind the knee, left, control, lock down. Now I need a frame, guys. He's strong on me, he's killing my shoulder. I need to move here to get any form of offense. So I'm going to straighten his leg. From here, I'm going to rock, kick out, throw my arm out straight. Don't puddle here, guys. I see this all the time. It's fucking nothing. I'm just keeping him in position. So, from this position, I'm throwing it. I'm using my elbow on his neck, and I'm using my lockdown. So, from this position, keep the frame up. Okay? Or, if I can't get my frame inside, I can now bring single butterfly, bring him inside. Okay? So just for a minute, we're going to do this simple sequence and then we'll find the sweet from it. Okay? So he's in tight, hard as you can tell it. This is fucking shite, lads. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Walk him in tight. Now we'll single butterfly. Now look and work. Okay? On the time rope. Half guard. Okay? White belts is normally like this anyway. Well, 1, 2. Focus is to keep the right foot locked up, try bringing your leg back outside or into knee roll. I've locked this off with this foot. Okay? And that becomes my secondary option soon. After that, so we went strong arm, so we killed Della Riva, partners went strong arm, killed your re-pummel, he's went cross face, this is last stage defence, we've got to catch a sweep. Yes, everybody wants a sub, but let's get him top first. Okay? Let's go. Sorry. So from the whole class tonight, we started at the top and worked our way to the bottom. I always explain it in a maths equation. I was shite at maths at school. I got the first sum and went, fuck that, I can't do it, I'm failing. Right? But the way maths tests are set up is not with the hardest sum is at the start or the hardest equations at the start. You work through that, you can't finish it, you go on to the next question. You go on to the next question, they become easier. They're deliberately laid out like that. So when you do the last set of questions and you manage to do them, you start working your way back up. You go, oh, that wasn't as fucking hard as I thought. The next question, and then the first sum of the day, that was a nightmare. You fucking threw the book at the teacher. Actually, give me that back, miss, I can do that. I can do that now. And that's the way I teach guys, right? So bear with me. The sexy hard stuff to start with, then the bullshit easy stuff at the end, and then the stuff that you're maybe struggling with at the start becomes more applicable, understanding, and you can catch it. And make sure you hit it in a round, even better. Alright, you pass the test. Okay, so last one, we'll finish this sweep, we've got some options. Oh sorry, Jake, I've just hit him on Jake, sorry. So, we're looking for sweeping options in that basic guys, alright? But it's at least getting his chest off me. If I'm glued to the mat with my shoulders, it's a nightmare guys. They hit knee cut pass, side control, fuck. Right, fuck. That is when the jotter gets thrown at the teacher, right? So, he's cross face. I'm looking to create some space. So again, 1, 2, lock down, throw, take my space, lock him back in tight. Now the only good option from here is because he's right cross face, I've got access to the reap on the leg. From here, I'm going to square off my hips, I like it under his hips. So my left inside butterfly remains, my right foot comes out, and I square off. And at this point, I can elevate his hips. From here, I want to bring my left foot lower to the left, right foot comes on top. Now, he's trying to hug on tight. It's like a white belt you're fighting, they don't want to give up this crossbody. So I'm going to rotate, 1, 2, kick, up, over, and I've already blocked the hip with this foot here. So when I come up on top, I blocked his hip, it's going to kill any form of retention. Tie retain Jake, I've killed that hip, block, and we're winning. We're on top. Alright? And if you're a big Joe or any of you bigger guys, this is where you want to fucking be. In fact, you're not a leg blocker. Eh? You're like leg blocker. Take that back. But if you're a bigger guy than you, used to be on top, if you're on your back, fuck that. Just find one sweep to your game, nail it. Great sweep, hips shoulders are glued to the mat, get on top. So again, the foot position is important on the X position, okay? He's glued my shoulders to the mat, lock down control. Turn them off, keep the right foot, which is this one guys, inside and lock it. From here, slip my ass out, single butterfly, lock them back up. From here, 1, 2. I'm going to put my right foot in the mat, slide my left foot lower towards the knee. I'm going to elevate, lift. Okay, this is my forklift guys, on the pallet. I'm lifting. My right foot comes inside the hip. From here, I'm going to fake one side, rotate, kick, grab behind your shoulder, which brings me up and over, block the hip. From here, if I want to go IJ, I'll score, get my 2 points first, then we can go knee in the belly, I'll score, and we'll go in out. You've got your options. Last one guys, I promise. Nail that, we'll get in the room. Are they happy with that? Yeah. Let's go.
If you roll with somebody like less experienced than you, there's some high level kids in the room, we didn't have to have an ego to think, fucking hell, I've just submitted a new guy there. Like, if he's going to spin the wrong way, just leave go. Yeah? Same as if you have any sub and you have to rip it on, it's probably because your technique's shit. You should be able to put a submission on gently and still get the same application if your technique's good, right? So instead of you ripping stuff on, there's a couple of things. Obviously there's some new faces in. I know there's some really good grapplers in tonight. But as I said, just because there's some people I haven't trained with, there's just a couple of things I always just try and stress about before the classes. Obviously it's a busy map. We haven't extended the room yet, so obviously if there's somebody there, if we end up wrestling, just be mindful of where you are. Same as with your sweeps. If you're kicking somebody over your head and there's some small guy behind you, you're going to hurt them. Be careful where you're putting people down with the wrestling. And there's just 2 techniques. Well, can I use it? So old school, like your old school trips in heavy. His ACL is going to take the full brunt of my hip strength in there. Now I'm going to put him out. He's going to be injured severely. Surgery job possibly. And that's all just because I'm just trying to sit and look for that four-leg and I'm just sat in with his knee. Yeah? It's knee sit. I call it a knee sit. It happens all the time. Be mindful of that. If that is a technique you use, the only thing stopping it from being a dangerous technique is just the fact that it's base, right? So if I want to take him down there, pick him up. Then you send him as much as you want, yeah? Because his foot's not planted anymore. Another thing, if he shoots, and I end up with double unders with his head's inside, like this position, yeah, and I get underneath, I'm not going to sprawl him here, yeah? If I sprawl him here, all that's going to happen is his head's going to bury into the mat, and he's getting chicken wing both sides. I'm going to severely injure his back. 2 things just to be mindful of, and just the space. Spatial awareness. Everybody cool, lads? We'll get some good rounds in.
Just to finish off with the whole sequence we done, we went fishing, we got a nibble, we took the bait, right? We never, from the fish and I never landed it. More so that you understand the mechanics of any setup you're utilising before the sub. Everybody fucking loves one submission before position. But in a match, like I've seen so many good guys lose a match on points because they chase the sub. Right? Sub only, fair enough, but IBJF, you want to score. So that basic simple sweep, it wasn't sexy to any submission hunter, but you've got a sweep, 2 points, knee in the belly, 2 points, you're 4 points up, now chase the sub. If you lose a position, you get swept once, you're still 2 up and you're facing the sub. That makes sense. That gives you that wee comfort blanket so that when you're giving up a position potentially to hit a sub, you've still got the extra cushion in the bank to go for it. That's the way I think, that's the way I teach Jiu-Jitsu.
And just a quick one, lads, as well, because I know some people, I mean, you're all welcome to stay as long as you want. We get loads of good rounds in, as I say, there's no clock here, you can do what the fuck you want. But just because some people will leave, can't we just get a team photo now and just give Robbie a big fucking round of applause?